The Tigers 1 game behind the Blue Devils in the ACC standings as we check them out coming into this Saturday. Clemson with a stumble this week against Virginia Tech. Otherwise, they would be tied for first coming into this one. Hi, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm Dave O'Brien, delighted to be joined by the legendary Dickie V and Corey Alexander, the former Virginia star. And gentlemen, looking forward to a terrific game. Dickie, this Clemson team is well coached. They're balanced. They're tough. Well,
I'll tell you one thing. They really are defensively on the inside. I know one thing. Think about this. They're coming in here with a 14-game winning streak in road games in the ACC. The challenge to get 15 is going to be big. Can they contain Mr. Boozer, who is my player of the year?
And Dickie V, we welcomed you back last year for the first time. Clemson beat Duke. The Blue Devils looking for some get back on Valentine's Day.
Well, how about this? Clemson's last win here, 1995. Duke has won the last 21 games here against the Tigers, who win the opening tip, and we are underway.
They're gonna have a good start. If they don't have a good start, that's gonna really set them back big time.
In the paint where they want to live, and it's Godfrey to hit the first two. R.J. Godfrey, 6'7" senior. And Corey, in that painted area, if they're going to win today, they have to have a big day.
And they're going to need a big day from Godfrey. This Clemson team really hasn't gotten the production from their starters, OB, that they've gotten from their bench, which, of course, is the leading bench scoring team in the ACC.
Caleb Foster looking to penetrate, and the kick outside. On the drive, it'll be Sarr. Goes short with the jump shot. It'll stay on this end, Dick.
You mentioned Dave Godfrey. Godfrey went to Georgia last year. Came back to Clemson. His dad played football in Georgia, was a star, went out to fame in the NFL, but he came back to Clemson, and they're glad to have him. He's physically tough.
He came back because of his affection for Brad Brownell. He said his philosophies, I really didn't appreciate them as much as I should have, and when I came back, I realized how good he is. Off the mark, and a rebound hauled in by Carter Welling, who gets 6 a game. Big guy coming off 19 points in the loss to Virginia Tech, but a big stumble for the Tigers this week, and batted away by Boozer. On the attack, he slams it home.
You know, he excels as well defensively as he does offensively. We know he can score inside, he can shoot the three, and he's certainly unbelievable rebounder.
He absolutely is that, and averages over 1.5 steals per game, top 10 in the ACC, and showing off a little bit of that ability on the first defensive possession.
Justin Porter likes to get the threes in the air as their #1 taker. Arlene getting it back to Godfrey. Godfrey again trying to get in the blue. Left it short, well defended. Patrick Gungba, who has a wrist injury, injured that against North Carolina. There was some question whether he would play. Gets in the starting lineup today as you look at that for the Duke Blue Devils.
OB, John Shire told us that they're a different team without Patrick Gungba on the floor.
Solid player. He's labeled a first-round pick.
Evans with a bank. Should we say a kiss off the window?
Yeah, hey, Valentine's Day, we're giving out kisses today, baby.
Hey, keep your kisses to yourself.
Stay right there, Dickie V. You know we love you. You know how much we love you. Hunter with the bounce here for Godfrey. Very active here in the opening seconds for the Tigers, looking to pick up their 21st win, and that's going to be a turnover. Oh, they're going to get a foul. They're going to get a foul on Gungba. Looked like he had a stop there.
And John Shire is irate because he saw what you saw, OB. He felt like that was a clean strip. And a great job by Gungba. Hands up. They say that the hand is a part of the ball. And that was a lot of basketball on that possession.
I think Gungba is really an important player. He didn't play against Pittsburgh, and they dominated that game. He's an important player here today, having him back.
Godfrey, 6'7" senior from Sewanee, Georgia. As Dick mentioned, his dad played football at Georgia and was a roommate of Dylan Hunter's dad. Dylan Hunter, the Clemson guard, and he'll make the pair.
They certainly miss Chase Hunter. He was a star who can get him points. They don't have a star player, somebody we can go to who's going to get us points when we're in trouble.
And Dickie V, that's why Brad Brownell told us this game needs to be in the 60s for his team to be successful.
Foster gets a great look and buries a three.
But Duke making threes at this rate, I'm not sure it's going to be in the 60s. Brad Brownell has to be disappointed with the giving up the looks early from three, especially the wide open one to Caleb Foster.
You know, Corey, he told me, he said, we got to get a good start early in this game.
With Godfrey again getting another touch, trying to get out of that double, and he's tied up, and there's a whistle and a foul against Duke.
Tell you one thing, he's getting doubled up, and he's got to look to the offside because wide open down there. But he's putting his head down when he's dribbling and has no vision or feel for where somebody is.
Foster with the foul. John Shire, year number 4, 38 years old, as he reminded Corey in our meeting today. He said, I'm a lot younger than you are, Corey.
Yeah, he had emphasis on a lot, didn't he, OB?
Well, I screwed up. I said, Corey, did you play against Shire? He said, no. I'm like, I'm 14 years older.
That's because Corey's so youthful. Welling in close, can't hit.
My gray hair appreciates you, OB.
Duke on top 8-4, and with the basketball coming in at 22-2, 11-1 in the ACC. It was the last second loss to North Carolina, but they came back strong against Pitt and won by 16. Boozer hitting the deck, no whistle on that. And in transition, Godfrey dumping it downstairs for Welling, and can't make the shot, but he takes the foul. He'll be headed to the line.
But by Boozer falling down, that gives Clemson a 5-on-4 advantage. That 5-on-4 advantage ends up getting the second foul on Gungba, trying to contest at the rim early in this game. John Shire made it very clear to us they are a different team without Gungba on the floor. He got in foul trouble against UNC, only played 16 minutes in that game, which is Duke's only loss.
That was his second foul. So he's going to sit. They're about to find out again how much they miss him for a while. It's going to be a lengthy stretch on the bench.
Pretty good guy comes in, though, Malik Brown.
Great defender, one of the best in the country.
You know, it's really interesting when you think about it. You just mentioned, Corey, they lost that one game they played. That was really a tough loss. But, you know, think about this. Their 2 losses, they had 14-point leads in the second half in both those games. Texas Tech and also Carolina. They could easily be undefeated.
And John Shire's talked about the issue that they've had closing games. He said, you know, we got to try to win some games, as though he's only lost 2 this year, but they need to close games better.
He's going to win some games. Come on, John.
The fastest coach to 100 victories in ACC history needs to win some games.
Davidson goes to the other side of the iron. Pretty move for the 6'10 senior from California.
You know, Nick played for Steve Alford down in Nevada. Steve, an outstanding coach. I've always liked Steve Alford. Boy, as a player, can he shoot the rock?
Man,
wow.
One of the great shooters of all time at the college level. Foster jumping into nothing but orange shirts. The kick out for Sarr, and on the money.
And Brad Brownell wanting a travel on the other side of the floor. Felt like that is the reason why Sarr was able to be so wide open on that look.
Oh, you saw a shot of last year's player of the year. Of course, Cooper Flagg, who's in attendance, down for the slam, and an easy 2 for Godfrey.
Tell you one thing, they get the ball inside really nice. Sarr, you talk to John Shire, he goes wild and raves about his defensive ability.
The 6'8 freshman. He said he's as good a perimeter defender as I have coached.
And that's saying a lot when you've got the National Player of the Year from a year ago sitting courtside, who is only here because of a foot injury that's keeping him out of NBA All-Star celebration this weekend.
He's sitting courtside, but I'll tell you this, Cooper Flagg can sit anywhere he wants.
Underway here at Cameron Indoor in a tight one. We expect that all afternoon.
The Brotherhood go up against Clemson this afternoon. Cooper Flagg, the #1 pick, out of NBA All-Star festivities because of an injured foot, so chooses to come back to Durham, while Con Knipple will compete in the 3-point contest and the Rising Stars Challenge this evening. But you look at the talent alone that was on this roster a season ago with Sion James in the rotation, Tyrese Proctor in the rotation at Cleveland. You're talking about elite level talent that led this group to the Final Four a season ago.
They certainly utilized that elite talent and had some super year last year, really did. In fact, they were up 6 with about a minute to go on Houston. They got to give Kelvin Sampson and his kids what a gutty comeback they made to win that game. But you mentioned Flagg. Flagg's going to be Rookie of the Year, and #2 will be Knipple.
They recently squared off against each other in an epic duel at the NBA level. That was a blast to watch. Clemson with the basketball and trailing by 1.
I think that's the game he had 49.
That's right.
He had 34.
Porter lets fly. He's their #1 3-point guy, but only 35%. They're not great in that category. And coming up, 3 Eastern on ABC and the ESPN app. Number 14 Florida taking on number 25 Kentucky. That's in Gainesville, Florida, on the way.
Dickie V, how about the resurgence of Kentucky, the way they played in SEC action?
Yeah, they really have played a lot better, certainly than the way they started the season. Give credit to Mark Pope for that.
Buckner, shot clock down to 5. Wallin in the paint, turning to fire.
Bad
shot, yeah.
Bad shot.
Shot clock was winding down, but
Buckner, man, his father was something special.
Absolutely, and he's tuned in today. He's got a break. They haven't checked. Maybe he's in the building. All-star break for Greg Buckner, who's an assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks. His son Ace, who's been playing great basketball as of late, had 16 in their loss on Wednesday night.
Amenya, shot clock down to 2. They've got to get a long one in the air, and the line driver ugly off the side of the backboard.
But what we're watching are the 2 best defensive teams in the ACC. Now, Virginia can get in that mix as well, but when you consider that both these teams are holding their opponents under 65 points per game. Duke is 1, Clemson 2 at 64.6.
You always got a chance to win when you defend really well, like Duke. And then you combine it with a lead offense as well. I mean, they're ranked high both offensively and defensively with their efficiency. And that's why they're sitting there with 2 losses.
Suffocating D always under Brad Brownell, of course. Davidson turns, no. And a rebound picked off by Isaiah Evans. He's coming off a 21-point game against Pittsburgh. So far, Cam Boozer pretty quiet to this point, but he's going to back that in.
He heard you, Obi.
He heard you, Obi. He said, come on, Obi, quiet.
23 points a game, that's right.
He's been absolutely 3S man. Super scintillating, sensational. Did I call you that, Corey, when you played in Virginia?
Absolutely, and I got it on tape still.
You're not alone in that regard. Saving those Dickie V clips, although that might have been a cassette. Kim Belton.
Let's go VHS. Let's go VHS, Obi.
Off Clemson downstairs. And Boozer playing some defense.
Yeah, unheralded as what he does defensively because he averages 23 points per game, but also on the Naismith Defensive Player of the Award watch list is Cameron Boozer. So he absolutely plays on both ends of the floor. The reason why I think the 3 of us agree right now that he would be our choice for the National Player of the Year.
No doubt about it. The first selection to me in the draft will be A.J. DeMonson. There's no question that DeMonson has been absolutely super in the pros level. I give him the edge size-wise. Even though Peterson is a terrific talent, but he doesn't play. He misses too many games.
But when you want to talk about most productive, it's 12 and white. Cameron Boozer, since high school, has been the most productive guy, as Welling is productive on the block for the second time.
Did he earn that? He put up a season-high 19 against Virginia Tech on Wednesday. He was going body to body with Malik Brown. That could be a long day for anybody, but he made a heck of a shot.
But, OB, you see the difference in playing against Malik Brown in the post in comparison to Gungba. Gungba is able to hold his own from a strength standpoint.
Brown straight on with a triple. That won't go. Boozer hustles for the rebound, but an errant toss meant for Foster out of play.
I see a trend here. I see a trend in this game. They are getting the ball to the interior like they would love to do when you look at Clemson.
Start with him, his 16th year as the head coach, one of the very best in the business. You know, this is a team with really, really balanced scoring. They don't have one go-to guy, as Dickie V mentioned. They've got 6 or 7 guys who average 8, 9, 10, 12 points a game. But, man, do they lock you up defensively. He's been doing that for years.
That's been his calling card, OB. Ever since he stepped foot onto an ACC floor, you knew that Brad Brownell's team was going to guard. And that's really what let them down in their loss on Wednesday. They were unable to guard Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech shot 60% in the first half.
Tell you one thing, he told me on the phone, he said, hey, Virginia Tech just totally outplayed us. And I want no excuses, no alibis, but I gave him one. I said, what about the trip to California? You won those 2 games and you're going to come back and play? I think that trip is really, really tough.
Well, Duke did it. They came back and won. Clemson came back and lost. They gave up 11 threes in that game. Off target by Thomas.
OB, one difference between Duke and Clemson with that trip back. Duke didn't play till the following Saturday.
Right.
They had a bye week that week. Clemson played on Wednesday as Caden Boozer's able to get inside for the easy one.
Tell you what, we had the game last year at Clemson. Clemson won the game 77-71. It was a great basketball game. Highly charged emotionally because Dickie V was making a return, and that one out of the corner will be dropped in for Buckner. But for you, I know a really, really special day.
Yeah, it really was. Very emotional day for me. And after 3 years battling that vicious cancer, and to come back and get the greeting I did from the beautiful fans that were there. Clemson fans treated me like royalty, and I want to say thank you for that, because being here, and I've said this so often, is the greatest medicine in the world. I was telling John today, talking to Coach Shire, I said, you know what? There's nothing like they gave me all the medicine they wanted, the doctors, but being in an arena and being with guys like you who love the game is just the greatest high I can get. I mean that sincerely. I love basketball, love it dearly, and it's been great to me, obviously.
Boozer at the line, knocks that one down 77%. For the 6'9" freshman, he has 5 points today. Boozer, the ACC's top scorer.
You know what he does really well? A lot of people don't give him credit. He moves well without the ball. That's a lost art for a lot of players, Corey. Moving without the ball. They stand, and a guy that stands is easy to defend.
And he's also a great screener. And what did you always tell your players as a coach? The guy that normally sets the screen is the one that's going to be open. Part of the reason why he averages 23 points a game.
Most dangerous player on the floor. Guy who lays that screen.
Bubba Johnson lets fly. Rebound tipped and controlled by Malik Brown.
Shooting the three is really a problem. When you look at the Clemson stats.
35%, not a strength. And they foul Boozer on the entry pass. 10:23 to go first half. Duke has won 28 consecutive home games. Brownell and Clemson trying to interrupt that today.
I think the record that they have 14 in a row in the conference, Clemson, on the road in conference play is very impressive.
Sure. And speaking of the conference, we had opportunity to talk with our commissioner, Jim Phillips, earlier today, who's ecstatic about the way things have gone for the ACC this season. Right now, you're talking about 8 teams who seem to have a firm footing in the NCAA tournament, with a couple more being considered.
Twice as many as last year.
Yes.
But, you know, really, Jim, great commissioner. I love Jim Phillips, terrific guy. Got to know him when he was at Notre Dame, but I'll say this. I said, you're going to get 8 teams, Jim? Probably in this year. That's double last year. What do you mean? What about 9 or 10? I mean, they want more. Everybody wants more, and more. Sure. I think they get 8. I really do.
Couple on the bubble, of course, as well. Clemson with the ball. Hunter comes in averaging 8 points, 4 rebounds. He's their best three-point guy percentage-wise at 38%. Arlene gives it up. Shot clock inside 10. Carter Welling at 6'11". Awkward-looking shot. And a whistle on the play.
And they caught Sarr with the hand in the cookie jar. Welling using a sweeper that's really more of an NBA move, but Sarr, without moving his hand out of the way, makes contact. As Coach Emmanuel Dildy is telling Sarr just that. You got to get your hand out of the way and get the hand up. It was Coach Dildy's scout earlier. So he is making sure to get his point across to the freshman Sarr.
Tell you one thing, Welling is a very good athlete. He can really run and jump. He's an explosive player.
Was the WAC Defensive Player of the Year last year, Dickie V. So this young man can get it done on both ends of the floor.
And the WAC has some good talent, really good talent. Some really very intense basketball.
He had a gutsy second half in the Virginia Tech loss. He had turned his ankle. Looked like he was done for the night. He came back in the second half, hitting the bench here.
Tell you one thing. The mid-majors have some outstanding teams. The Miami, Ohio team is 25-0. I sent a little note to Mike DeCourcy, I respect dearly, does a great job at Sporting News, and said, boy, I'd love to see some of these mid-majors in the tournament and add so much excitement. Think about St. Louis is terrific right now as well.
Harris into the game, misfiring on a long one, and Clemson lets that roll out.
And another team, keep an eye on Santa Clara. Santa Clara, coached by Herb Sendek, who should have never been fired when he was at NC State. 6 straight years, Corey, 6. Look it up, it's a fact. Took him to the NCAA tournament, but it wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough. Herb is a really heck of a coach.
Godfrey. Nice reverse of Field and slams it down.
And Godfrey's been very aggressive to start this game. We saw Clemson go to him on the first couple of possessions. Now he's up to 8 points in this one and able to attack off the bounce.
Well, he attacked him defensively. You have one-on-one situation. Early in the game, they were doubling up on him, and he didn't really find the open man.
Foster really looked like he settled there for a long jump shot. Couldn't hit it.
I got to believe Brad Brownell has got to like the early start of his team.
Well, he loves to score right now. This is the pace that he wants to play at, Dickie V.
Wants the game in the 60s if he can have it today. Godfrey, another touch. Brown recovered beautifully and swatted it away. Foster in transition. And a kick for Harris, but he cannot connect. Out of the open floor, all the way down to the other end. The lay-in will not go. Wally's shot would not drop in. 18-17, the Tigers had a great chance to add to it. 8:13 to go in a half.
Not much defensive balance on that possession. The three-pointer goes up, and no one getting back. Wallin unable to get the layup to go, but Clemson able to get out in transition where they will absolutely take their chances when they get them.
That was an easy layup, though. He really was challenged on that baby.
He'll let fly this one. A three-pointer won't go for Wallin.
That hasn't been his strength throughout this season. And Duke doesn't want anyone to have open looks, but if they have to choose someone to beat them from the outside, they'll allow Wallin to be the guy that's going to beat them from the perimeter.
Isaiah Evans, three-pointer, got it.
And on the flip side, that's the last guy that Brad Brownell wants to get anything on the perimeter. Isaiah Evans, coming off a 21-point effort at Pittsburgh on Tuesday night, continues his hot shooting from beyond the arc.
Yeah, he's had a solid year here, and there's no doubt about it.
6 points for him. One-hander flipped up by Hunter. That won't drop. Evans coming out of the fray with the rebound, and he got a recent message from his head coach. He's going to try another one. And off target there, but John Shire taking him out of the lineup recently seemed to have a pretty good effect.
Well, Obi, we know that Cameron Indoor is the home to many All-Americans, and if you want to be one, you've got to put in a little extra work. 8:15 a.m., well before shoot-around, Cameron Boozer's getting to work.
To Love, these are your guys.
There's 11 a year. You got to like Brandon Smith of Purdue. And what about, this kid I really think is terrific. He's from Philon rather. And then you talk about DeMonza. He'll be the first pick of the NBA draft. And then you talk about Mr. Boozer, my player of the year. I feel so bad for Caleb Wilson and all the Tar Heel fans. He's probably done for the year. They don't know that for sure yet. And J.T. Toppin is a terrific talent at Texas Tech. That would basically be my All-American team.
And Dickie V, being that we're showing love, two of those guys I had an opportunity to spend some time with this summer when you talk about the Braden Smith and LeBaron Philon at the CP3 Elite Point Guard Camp. And we got to show some love to my little bro, Chris Paul, who retired yesterday after 21 seasons in the game.
What a career.
Incredible. Hall of Fame right away for sure.
Jump shot from nothing but net in the corner for Adame Sarr. 6'8" freshman. A good game against North Carolina at 13.
Tell you one thing, they get scored on Sarr. With the defense he plays, that is special.
He goes airborne to save the rebound. Caden Boozer. Inside for Cameron, just drawing a little bit of attention. Here's Brown straight on, got a good look. Boozer with the rebound and a dribble down. Went to the other side of the iron, but Clemson collapsed on him.
I think these 6 minutes are big for this game. They're really big this time. You can't allow Duke to go on a spurt right now. I'm going to that locker room with a double-digit lead.
Boy, you've seen a lot of games here. You know the rhythms of this thing at Cameron Indoor and how it can get away from the opponent if they're not really careful. Hunter slams on the brakes. Bubba Johnson bouncing for Welling. He's having a tough time. Shot clock down to nothing, and it's a violation. Duke shuts him down. on that end.
What a great defensive effort right there. That really is the definition of team defense. Communicate, help one another. I mean, this great job defensively. Forcing a bad shot.
But how about Isaiah Evans at the end of that possession, recognizing as the shot clock goes down, as the offensive player turns his back, goes over to make sure that he can't spin back into a good look. That's the type of effort defensively that Jon Scheyer wants to see from Evans. He knows what he can do on the offensive end, but didn't start the second half against Pittsburgh on Tuesday night, OB, because of plays like that. He got the message.
A little bit of a message there and delivered. Boozer off the mark, 23-18 Duke under 6 minutes to go at Cameron Indoor. Duke 33-2 in their last 35 ACC games. Jumping inside the lane, nicely done by Justin Porter, gets about 10 a game.
And we still call it a travel and a pickup game, by the way.
Yeah. They don't call it travel in the NBA.
No, they don't.
Porter's the guy that can shoot the three. He's the one guy on the team can shoot threes.
A little shove here with 5:17 to go. Brad Brownell talking about the personality of his team. And of course, he is the elder statesman among coaches in the ACC. 16 years. We're not as potent offensively as maybe some teams we play against. So if we're going to win, we're going to have to guard really well.
And he can get the best out of his team defensively. We've seen him do it for 16 years throughout this league. And when he does have that elite offensive team, it normally ends up in the Elite Eight.
Boozer really fighting at it. Shoved back in his face a couple of times.
Boozer wanted the foul well there, but I thought it was a clean defensive play. Oh, that's a tough pass to get made. Never had the angle to get that ball in.
That's your coaching coming out right now. You started to talk about the angle. Absolutely did not have a good angle on that pass.
A tough catch there. No basket, but another foul. That's my favorite when Dickie V goes back to his coaching days. You know, people have to realize what a tremendous coach he was. He has downplayed it for years, but he was outstanding.
Got to watch the documentary. They got to see it. Obi, you and I stayed up and made sure we watched it at the hotel one night after a game. Unbelievable. Just going back all the coaching accolades you had well before you even picked up the microphone.
That's really nice. You guys are my PR agents. Wow. I'm going to hire you guys.
Yeah, like you need any help. Here's Boozer high. Amenya puts it to the deck. Trying to get his way into the paint.
Nice.
Get a shot to the left hand. Yeah.
What a great move. What a great move.
Nick Amenya was a McDonald's All-American as well, and being able to take advantage in the post. We know about his ability from beyond the arc, but they're showing off he has the ability to play with some footwork in the painted area as well.
He was a big-time player out in California on the scholastic level. They're all big-time players. Duke doesn't get you if you're not a big-time player.
Godfrey again. Wriggling free, but he kind of airmailed it over the top of the rim, and he's angry at himself.
And remember, Duke playing without Patrick Gumba, their anchor on the interior, who picked up 2 fouls in the first 4 minutes of this game. So give the Blue Devils a lot of credit for being able to hang in there defensively, holding Clemson to 20 points in the first 16 minutes of action.
Well, Clemson held them at 25, which is pretty good, but I think the next 3 minutes and change are really big. See right there, you can't let them get away. And if they go on one of those spurts, they get the Cameron Crazy all fired up. This place becomes electric. Good timeout, real good timeout.
Isaiah Evans with the great touch. This is the biggest lead today. They are pumped up inside Cameron Indoor. A huge day in the ACC. And a lot of people, a lot of very, very famous guys on hand to watch it. Brad Brownell trying to pull one out, but down 8 to Jon Scheyer and Duke. Tremendous day, and we're getting it underway. Kev, thank you very much. Duke by 8, but as Dickie has mentioned, feels like a bit of a danger zone for the Tigers.
I agree. I definitely see a danger zone right here.
Ace Buckner, 6'2" freshman.
I like him. I like Ace Buckner. Just the way the feel he has for the game out there, Corey. He really seems so confident. His dad was really special.
And let's think about this. How often do you see guys willing to redshirt and figure it out? Ace Buckner did that a season ago as Duke has another great defensive possession.
Sarr on the run out, on the attack, but can't finish it.
Oh, that's a break. Is that a break for Clemson? That was a sure deuce.
And quickly, here's Buckner to cash in on the other end.
5-point swing, Dickie V. You talked about the break on one end. In comparison to getting 2 for the Blue Devils, it ends up being 3 on the other side for the Tigers.
I'll tell you one thing, they must have good math teachers down at the University of Virginia. You're pretty quick with that math, man.
Caden Boozer rolling inside for the feed. Those two hooking up.
And a great find from his brother at the top of the key, who continues to distribute the basketball even though he's not scoring at his normal clip.
A really, really fine passer. Among many other things he does exceptionally well. Godfrey again. He's really active today.
He really has been extremely aggressive, and Clemson has done a nice job of getting the basketball to him in the paint. And just like that, now it's a 5-point game where we talked about that danger zone. Clemson has been able to weather the tide just a bit.
And Boozer, he'll draw the foul. Godfrey hits him. Well, the Boozer twins, just like they did it in the backyard for years and years growing up.
That's what's called a split action, which this gentleman used a lot of when he was playing for the Utah Jazz. Jerry Sloan used to always run a lot of splits between his guards. Normally, Jeff Hornacek, John Stockton. I got caught up in a lot of those splits, and it didn't always work out well for me, OB. Yes. But that split action right there is now a huge part of the college game.
You're not smiling as you remember that. Caden Boozer trying to muscle inside, and he'll draw the foul. He and his brother Cam won 4 straight high school state championships together and a national title as well.
It's Carlos. Let me tell you this. The one thing I love, and look at all the stats about certainly Cameron Boozer. Number one, in high school, he won everything. He won postseasons, every award going out there, and he won every championship. Paul Biancardi told me, our guru in terms of the recruits, he said, man, he won everything. Summer, winter, playing, anybody he played with, they won.
Absolutely, and Dickie V, he has a chance. And when you look at his high school resume, he may have the most accomplished high school resume of all time. He won 4 high school championships, as Obi mentioned. He also won Peach Jam championships at age 15, at 16, and at 17. The 15 and 16 titles were against another gentleman in the building by the name of Cooper Flagg.
I'll tell you one thing. That really is a very impressive part of a guy with that winner's mentality, because he wants nothing less. Nothing less. A lot of guys talk the game, you know, we want to win. But how many really make it happen?
Caden Boozer with the foul to put the Tigers at the line under 2 minutes to go in the first half. 31-25, the Blue Devils. And Ephraim Butta Johnson at the line. UAB transfer. His uncle gave him that nickname when he was born.
Butter Johnson. You like butter? I don't take butter. Too much cholesterol. Don't use that butter, man. And I'll tell you one thing. We violated every rule about cholesterol last night.
Did we?
Oh, was it
like 7 times?
I was watching our producer eat and our crew, and I was unbelievable. I got a lecture when I got back to the room. My wife was so mad at me. You know, you eat tonight 6 different pastas, chicken.
I knew we'd get cholesterol on the air today. I just had a feeling we would. Foster on the wing. Here's Evans. He'll drive and kick. Shot clock to 6. Cam Boozer hits the deck. And a blocking foul. No charge.
No charge on that one. That was the only chance that Welling had, because Boozer started with the head of steam and was going into that spin move. Welling figured, let me lay down now. Otherwise, it's going to get ugly. But absolutely great call on that one. He's leaning in with the left shoulder. No chance of getting a charge on that.
So 1-1. Duke
be a referee, man. You can be a referee. Go down there.
These are my guys. See, I don't have my own plane like you, so I travel with these guys all the time. This is what we talk about on our flights.
It's a good crew. Tommy Morrissey, Tim Clockerty, and Mark Schnurr.
Clockerty, that's his dad was a great referee.
He was, yes.
Except Seton Hall didn't like him too much when he called that foul against Michigan.
You go all the way back to the '89 national championship game?
Yeah. Pretty good memory, huh?
Oh, yeah, I remember that very well.
Boozer picking up Hunter. He'll swing for Johnson. Porter, shot clock again a factor, down to 5. Been a big problem for Clemson. Off the back iron and a scrap for it. It reset to 20.
They haven't made a 3, have they? I think
They've hit one.
Great. John Madre right on top of it. That's a great job in the ACC with stats.
Out of the corner, Davidson. No.
The 2 offensive rebounds on that possession.
And another one. This time it'll be hauled in by Jimenez.
Really limited offensively, there's no doubt. And Brad Brownell, Coach Brownell tells us that. I mean, doesn't hide it. So we're limited offensively.
We've got a timeout. 33.2 to go before the break. We're away for 30 and right back here to Cameron Indoor. Hammering this home before the game. They've got to win the battle in the paint.
And when you consider the way they get there, it's normally R.J. Godfrey attacking the basket. Davidson able to maneuver as well. But then getting off the bounce and finding guys. This is one of the things where Duke doesn't normally give up many of these line drives straight to the rim. But Godfrey able to attack off the bounce. And that is the way that the Tigers have been able to compete in this game. A 2-point advantage and points in the paint.
Tell you one thing, very physical team, Clemson. They lost some tough games. They lost a tough game to Alabama. Lost a tough game to BYU. Played those teams really, really tough.
They lost on a buzzer beater to BYU in Madison Square Garden. Rob Wright knocking down the 3 at the buzzer to beat the Tigers. But that's one of the things that Brad Brownell loves about his team. They're going to be in every game because of the way they defend.
A lot of close games. A ton of close games. They are not afraid to play in games decided by just a couple of points. Played 25 games, 13 have been decided by 7 points or less, and they've won 9 of those.
Shocked they went so early on that possession.
31 points for Duke, tied for the fewest in the first half this season, still with 8 seconds before halftime.
And big if they can get a basket here, can give them some momentum going to the locker room. They want to have Mo on their side.
Porter with the kick, can't finish that at the buzzer.
Got to use the backboard, get a better angle. Got to use the backboard.
Davidson with a misfire right there at the horn. So we're at halftime. The Duke Blue Devils with a 31-26 lead over the Clemson Tigers on a big one in the ACC. Back to Kevin. Comic and scene stealer, Duke grad Ken Jung entertaining at halftime here at Cameron Indoor. They love him. Well, love is in the air, indeed, on this Valentine's Day. 31-26.
Yeah, love is in the air. How you doing?
I knew that was coming.
Love you too. You're
Day would not have been complete without a kiss from Dickie V. At first half, I mean, Duke attempted to run away with things, but then a couple of big shots by the Tigers, and not a great half for Cam Boozer, as the Tigers did a great job on the soon-to-be All-American. Look at the game trends.
Yeah, but the Blue Devils were able to get it going from beyond the arc. Knocked down 6 threes in the first half. Caleb Foster, Isaiah Evans, a number of guys getting in the mix. And both these teams only averaged a little over 8 3-point field goals made per game. Duke had 6. Clemson only had 1.
Tell you one thing, Clemson really counted on the interior. That's their strength, and they went to their strength in the inside to be able to hang with Duke. And you mentioned earlier, key to this game, they have really contained Mr. Boozer. Inside, 2 for 7, he is in the game.
1 for 9 from three-point land for the Tigers. Gungba with 2 fouls early in the game, only played 4 minutes. He is out there to start the second half. He has the ability to change the game defensively. Underway here in the second 20. Foster giving it up for Boozer. Let's see if he gets rolling here in the second half. The kick out for Evans, and on the money.
They run the three-point shot, as you said earlier, Corey, has been a big difference maker. They've now made 7 threes.
On the tie-up, Duke will have the basketball.
But how about Dame Sarr getting up and picking up Dylan Hunter? 94 feet. And just getting his hands on the basketball, it splits the arrow in Duke's possession, so they'll get the next one. But it's all based upon the effort of Sarr at 6'7", picking up the 6'3" Hunter.
You know, Dylan Hunter has not been a factor in this game, really. And he's got great experience. He's a tremendous passer, great vision, good assist-to-turnover ratio.
All-time leader in assist-to-turnover ratio in Clemson history, Dickie B, but hasn't been aggressive.
Takes it into the blue, can't hit.
Hasn't been aggressive offensively, only 1 point in his last 2 games.
Wow.
Foster lost control of it, but tipped out of play by the Tigers. Inside the first minute of play here in the second half.
You talk about a coach that gets maximum out of his talent. it's got to be Brown. No. You know, the key in coaching is to take your talent and get the most out of them. Know their strengths, their weaknesses, and put them in positions to have a chance to be a success. And he does that as well as anybody.
Yeah, we got some big-time college basketball games coming up tomorrow, OB, some women's games. How about Coach Schaefer from Texas calling his team out about their effort?
Foster's pass, and Boozer did not cut and thrown out of play.
Texas with another huge challenge this weekend, but calling his team out at Vanderbilt after taking a loss on the road, questioning his team's toughness. So interesting to see how Texas responds.
Sometimes you got to do that, man. You got to be honest. You got to be honest. Players respect honesty.
Dylan Hunter back out for Welling. Welling shut down. That gets to midcourt, a save. But the shot clock's down to 1. He's got to heave it up there, and it touches nothing. A shot clock violation.
And I believe that's the 3rd of the game. So give the Blue Devils credit. And we all know that the first 5 minutes of the second half are always so dangerous in this building. And right now, Duke off to a much better start than Clemson, especially on the offensive end.
Cam Boozer cross court, tipped out of play by the Tigers. And the Tigers had just pulled off that impressive California sweep at Stanford and Cal, just as Duke had when they came home and got beat. The tip bandits up and good. This is their biggest lead now, 10.
And putting points on the board when you look offensively at Clemson is very difficult. So, you know, a 10-point lead becomes big.
Look at Sarr just hounding the point guard and Hunter. And then Boozer getting a hand on the basketball, averages 1.8 steals per game.
Gets it back and throws it away. It'll be picked off by Hunter.
Obi, that's his first turnover of the game. He's been doing a great job of that today. He's had 4 turnovers in his last 2 games.
And a whistle off the ball.
Tell you one thing, John Shire, man, he doesn't get enough credit, I don't think, for the defensive play of his team. I mean, he's also on a run possibly to be the winningest coach in his first 4 years of coaching. Right now that edge goes to Brad Stevens. And is that Butler?
Welling short.
The same Brad Stevens of Butler who John Shire beat in the national championship game in 2010.
Yep.
Entry for Gungba, playing with 3 fouls, but he can't hit that. 10-point lead for Duke. Tigers trying to cut in. The pull up by Buckner.
They keep insisting on shooting those threes rather than go inside to their strength. I mean, they're not a 3-point shooting team. What are they right now? 1 for about 12?
Well, you got certain guys that you want to take those shots. Buckner's one of those guys. He's made the only 3 for Clemson, but that's the one they don't want getting good looks. And Isaiah Evans.
What a threat that is to have an inside-outside combination. We respect certainly the interior game of Cameron Boozer, and then you got the perimeter game of Isaiah Evans. That's a real good weapon to have.
Porter's 3, that clangs away. Johnson with a rebound. Nice dish for Welling. He'll finish it.
That's why go inside to your strength. Get angry up here now.
Welling with 8.
Don't get angry, Coach. But here's the thing. Clemson wants to continue to play inside out. They want to go inside to their strength. But they're not going to beat Duke, especially in this building, without making some threes.
Yeah,
and you can't make them if you don't take them.
Yeah, I like that. You can't make them if you don't take them. That was never a problem.
Over the top, looking for the slam. Gungman a whistle.
But that's just one of the things you got when you watch this team play. All of their bigs, when you consider Boozer, Gungba, and Malik Brown, are elite passers. So a lot of the big-to-big passing, the interior game, thrives because all of these guys are able to find each other.
I like that.
Coach K and Mickey in the stands here, taking in the game.
Coach K, let me tell you this. He just sent me a text. You know what he did? He was outside passing out cake and passing out hats because celebrating 40 years of Krzyzewskiville. How many coaches with 1,202 wins are outside passing out cake and all? Unbelievable.
But how many coaches have a ville named after them?
Yeah.
So when you consider he's in Krzyzewskiville, I think it's the least he can do is go pass out cake.
Well, I thought you were going to say, well, how many coaches, no coaches have won 1,200 games?
That would be very few, to say the least.
And of course, Coach K Court here.
Tell you one thing, just a great guy, a winner in everything he does in life. In terms of what he does for the V Foundation, helps us big time, raise a lot of money.
1,200 wins, still staggering.
1,202.
Johnson gives it up. Trying the entry pass, but a whistle, and trying to get that inside of the 6'10 senior Davidson.
They have really struggled here after halftime, getting the ball to the interior. I believe John Shire, halftime, really got in their faces about that. We got to defend the interior. We can't let them take charge with us.
Especially for a team that's shooting 1 of 9 from 3. Again, if they're going to beat you, you got to make them beat you from the exterior, and don't give them to what you were talking about, their strength, those opportunities in the paint.
I think that we're 1 for 9. What are they now, Mr. Madre? 1 for 13. 1 for 13.
Buckner, shot clock to 3. Now they really got to hustle. Tiptoeing on the line, and did he get a timeout? He did. He's able to get a timeout with 1 second left on the shot clock. They almost had another violation, which would have been the 4th. Believe it or not, Coach K loves it. You may not be able to tell because he's meeting and greeting at this point.
Still got his coach's face.
Still does. 39-28, Duke in front.
And it's Mickey. Now basketball is much. And go to v.org/Vital Raffle. v.org/Vital Raffle and win that Porsche. I want to call your name out of our gala. Gala's going to be this year, May 1st. We can't wait. We're going to have a great gala. No,
off the inbounds, could not get that to go. They only had 1 second.
And got a pretty good look from considering the spot and what would have been a turnover. Got a decent look for Godfrey on the jumpers, unable to get it to go. But we talked about that danger area. The Blue Devils with an 11-point lead right now.
Clemson with the foul. Duke spreading the floor here with 15.5 minutes to go on top. 39-28. Coming up, historically speaking, in this very, very important month, and then the last 15 minutes plus from Cameron Indoor.
Because his mother referred to him as my little Valentine. So happy birthday, Frederick Douglass.
And,
wow.
And by the way, the most photographed man in America when he was alive. Coast to coast. 39-28. Duke with the lead and the ball.
You guys got that history down, man.
On top, here's Brown. Cam Boozer. Shot clock to 6 as he let it fly, and nothing but net.
And his first made 3-point field goal of this game. Hasn't shot the basketball extremely well, but it doesn't change his impact on winning.
11 points for Boozer today. Shredding the D. Buckner got the layup up there, but a miss. So that first 5 minutes, the second half, we talk about this a lot here at Cameron Indoor, and once again, a problem for the opponent.
It's been a nightmare. It's been a nightmare. Look at that. Look at his shooting. 0 for 4, shooting a 3. 1 for 9 now, shooting field goals. So, you know, really, no substitute for making shots. Make shots is the key in the game of basketball. Talk all the X's and O's. Talk about you better get guys who can make some shots.
But this is the best half-court defensive team in the ACC, and so difficult to make shots against them as they're able to knock down the 3. Butter Johnson able to get free, and one of the very few times in this game where Clemson's seen a clean look.
Well, he looked really good shooting that, so I'd get Butter the ball again. He might be in a little groove right now.
You want to go back to Butter?
Yeah, I want to go back to Butter.
You want another Butter ball is what you want.
I don't want too many Butter balls. Oh.
Contact there and a whistle. As Cam Boozer gets hit. 14-16 to go. That'll go on Godfrey. It's number 3.
It's the second time that a Clemson defender has tried to take a charge on Boozer while he's on the bounce moving to the basket. And even though there is significant contact, and you see Boozer absolutely does lead with that left shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
But does Godfrey get into legal guarding position? That one, in my opinion, looked a little more in favor of Clemson than did the last one. I think this one could have gone the other way.
Should have gone the other way. Not could have. Should have.
That's a key guy who's had a hot hand for them. The swing for Sarr, a 3. On the run, Buckner. Buckner airborne. No, misses another layup, and that's going to be Duke basketball.
But R.J. Godfrey is insistent that it went off of Duke. Brad Brownell does have a challenge, but does he lean on his staff to determine that it should be challenged or not? Buckner getting out, and nice job defensively. I'm not sure if there's enough evidence to overturn that one. Brad Brownell smartly not going to challenge it.
Tell you one thing, getting a possession here and not getting the score is really such a negative, especially with the way they're struggling offensively.
Duke's defense has been tremendous.
Yeah, it's been that way all year. It's been that way all year.
Obi, think about what we saw from them 2 Mondays ago when they absolutely blanked Louisville on this floor, comparison to what Louisville was able to do when you saw them last Monday. So you've got to really take your hats off to the Blue Devils, especially in this building, how great they are defensively.
I think they're even better today. Boozer to Boozer. Got it.
Boozer to Boozer for a big trifecta. Wow.
Cam with 14.
Looks like they're off and running, man. Off and running.
Duke did not touch it. Thrown out of play by the Tigers.
And Brad Brownell holding on to the basketball, trying to get his team to settle down, Dickie V.
Yep. Hey, I know 3 people in the crowd right now are on cloud 9. My 3 grandkids. 2 of them graduated here May 2025. Connor and Jake Krug, they play tennis here. And my granddaughter Ava Krug is a sophomore here. People always say to me, oh, wow.
Cam Boozer at the slam.
It's the Boozer show now. No 2 for 7 in this half. You know, people say to me, where did they get those smarts? Well, I know they didn't get it from me. As they asked me to spell Duke and gave me the D, I'll spell it wrong.
I'll tell you what, Duke is 16-5 on the Tigers here in the second half. Cam Boozer is waking up. This is not good news for the Tigers as they bid for the upset. Duke leading 47-31.
That unrelenting itch. When moderate to severe eczema is uncontrolled despite topical treatment, relieve itch fast with clearer skin that lasts. Nemluvio blocks the signaling from IL-31, a switch that triggers key symptoms of eczema. Do not take if allergic to Nemluvio. Serious reactions may occur, some severe. Tell your doctor about any medicines you take if you experience hives or plan to receive a live vaccine. The most common side effects are headache, joint pain, hives, and muscle aches. Ask about Nemluvio today.
Duke's lead ballooning to 16. We have a full day of college basketball on ESPN today. We cap all the action. These 3 matchups. Number 1, Arizona hosting number 16, Texas Tech at 6:30. Then number 21, Arkansas hosting Auburn. We end our night in California, where number 12, Gonzaga travels on to take Santa Clara.
Well, Mark Few is just finalist now for the Hall of Fame. So is Kevin Sampson. And there should also be Rick Barnes. Oh, looking at my family right there. My grandsons, my daughter.
And your Valentine.
Wow, my Valentines, yeah. Incredible. I mean, I couldn't spell Duke. I'm so proud they give me a school like Duke. And I couldn't spell it if they gave me the D. They said, spell it.
I'm just happy we got Lorraine on the air. That's all I'm at, because you've got to explain that she hates to be on TV.
She does.
And she's beautiful.
She's 81 years old.
That's unreal.
Looks like, She doesn't mind. My wife can care less. She's the best looking 81 you'll ever see, I'll tell you that.
She is a marvelous lady. Caden Boozer with a basket and 1. He'll be headed for the line, where he shoots 76%.
Not going to take them all out for dinner tonight, and you know who's going to pay. They were on scholarship here at Duke, and they're still on scholarship. They're on the Dickie V scholarship.
On the Dickie V scholarship. If you ever run into Dickie, by the way, please demand that he tell the story, the Dr. Vitale Frank Sinatra story. Please demand that he tells that story. He had us absolutely in stitches last night. It just swatted away by Boozer. And he has just woken up.
He really has taken over the second half. He got the first bucket of the second half, knocked down a 3 much after that, has made another 3, but continues to flex his muscle on the defensive end of the floor. And I believe that is really the most underrated part of his game. Everybody knows what he does offensively, but defensively, he's a factor as well.
He has 10 in the second half, by the way.
What an unbelievable player he's been for them.
Buckner trying to calm things down, but he can't. Three-point land. That's been no going today for the Clemson Tigers. And approaching the 12-minute mark, 50-31 Duke. Jaden Boozer negotiating his way into the paint for 2 more.
He's going to really be a quality player here next year. Caden, because there's no way he's going to the NBA right now, and he is going to be a really outstanding point guard.
Obi, let's think about this. This is arguably, with Virginia, the second best team in the ACC in which Duke is doing this to. And again, we do know that Duke did take the loss at North Carolina with the buzzer beater by Seth Trimble, and give the Tar Heels tremendous props for that. But Duke has been head and shoulders above everyone in a much improved ACC this season, and they're really showing that here this afternoon.
Yeah, we think 8 teams, you know, certainly with a healthy Caleb Wilson, that's a major loss for North Carolina, and Hubert Davis feel sorry for them because that kid is so special.
Nothing firm as far as if he could return, but a broken hand. We'll see if, in fact, he does come back at all this season. Clemson in transition, trailing 52-33. Duke just slamming the door on the Tigers' hopes here in the second half. And a foul before any shot. Carlos Boozer, one proud papa. Both of his kids playing exceptionally well. The national champ in his own right. Doesn't miss a game when his sons are on the court at Duke, and they're both playing really well.
Look at these 3. Nothing to do. Cooper Flag. We got a house. Tyrese Buckner.
They got their Valentine cards. Yeah.
Tyrese Proctor. I said Buckner Proctor.
10:54 to go here. Duke starting to run away with this thing, leading 52-33.
You know what, Duke, my mind was on this when I looked at Tyrese. Duke's projected to be a #1 seed. Right now it's got Arizona, Mr. Dr. Lenardi, the guru of bracketology. He's got Arizona, Michigan, Duke, and UConn. The last time that Duke was #1 was the back-to-back years of 2010 and 2011. I didn't realize that. And Boozer, by the way, is on track to break R.J. Barrett's ACC freshman scoring record, 22.6 versus 23.0, Mr. Boozer.
Well, that would have been a 2, but it never got to the iron, so he violates the shot clock, 52-35.
I didn't realize it's 15 years since Duke was the #1 seed. Did you, Corey?
In the NCAA tournament, it's been 6 years. The ACC's best ever year, 2018, 2019. The ACC had 3 #1 seeds, Virginia, North Carolina, and Duke.
Well, then they gave me wrong information.
Yes, because that was the year of Zion. The team with R.J. Barrett and Zion, Cam Reddish, Trey Jones, they were #1 seed. The ACC had 3 #1 seeds that year.
Okay, I read the nugget wrong. Give me a turnover. Duke was #1 seed in back-to-back seasons was 2010 and 11 was the last
There we go.
time.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
So Duke with the ball, and Emmanuel let fly. Got it. A three-pointer.
The rich get richer, OB. Hemenia, we saw him against Louisville have a strong second half performance where he scored 10 straight points, as did Patrick Gumbo, who does the job defensively on Godfrey. And although Gumbo hasn't had a big offensive game, he still has shown up, especially in the second half, getting him back on the floor out of foul trouble, how valuable he is to this Duke team.
They really are a different team when he's in the lineup. He's got the high post here.
He brings that great physical strength. He brings a great passing ability. He can score around the basket. He can step out and make a 3.
Oh, what a nice play, too. Tiptoeing on the baseline.
Yeah, how about great feet along that baseline to not turn it over and use that left hand to be able to finish. And by the way, shout out to Tajma Gumba, who they're honoring her jersey today at George Washington University. They don't retire jerseys there. They just honor them. And so her number 40 is being honored today. The reason why she's not here watching her baby boy play.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You think about him, they got him charted. The NBA likes him. He's charted right now. He'll be a 17th pick in the draft.
Man, look at the vision there by Boozer. Shot doesn't go, but the ability to see the whole floor. You know, the 6'9" freshman, we talk so much about the scoring and the rebounding, but he's their #1 assist guy, too, knocked down by Welling.
And Obi, that's why guys want to play alongside a Cameron Boozer. That's why guys want to play alongside a Cooper Flagg, because they're not only looking for their own, they're looking to win, which often means you make the right play and the best play.
Hey, Cooper Flagg could average 30 a game if he wanted, but he always wanted to share the ball with his teammates for a better shot.
For Carolina.
Well, with him, they're a Final Four team. Life without him, that is not a Valentine's treat, but hopefully that young man can get back on the court soon.
Yeah, on this very floor a week ago today, Dave, the big win over Duke.
Indeed, Big Z, thank you very much. 57-40, Duke in command of this one after timeout by John Shire.
John Shire needs 6 more wins to surpass Brad Stevens as the winningest coach in his first 4 years of coaching. It's an incredible achievement.
At 38. Took Duke to the Final Four last year.
You know, especially when you get everybody that they plays at an incredible level against you and wants to beat you. They see that jersey, D-U-K-E, they want to beat him. Look at Mike K. They tried to beat him, too.
Good luck there,
titles.
yeah. Right. Welling gets a good look, but off the back iron. Boozer with the rebound. He now has 18 points, so he's been 2 different guys today. The second half, he has taken over this thing.
Well, the whole team. I mean, they played them tough in that first half. They really did, Clemson. Played the game the way they wanted to play. Pounded it inside, scored, defend. Second half, no defense, no offense, and you're down 8-19.
And coming up at 8 Eastern on ABC and the app, the Women's College Game Day crew is in Baton Rouge. Get you all set up for the biggest matchup of the night. Number 6 LSU hosting number 3 South Carolina at 8:30 at the Maravich Center.
There's 2 coaches that really can get after it, man. But still, his specialist can be.
Evans will draw the foul in the act of attempting a 3, so he'll be at the line for 3 shots.
Okay, so Obi, I need research to tell me, did Andrea Carter do game day this morning, and will she be at game day this evening? Is she making the travel to be able to be there? That's a huge game. I need to call Dre.
Up right now. We got a break in the action. Andrea, she does a great job.
She'll probably do a game after that somewhere.
Believe it or not, Dickie V, Andrea cut her teeth with Obi and I as our sideline on Big Monday. She really did, and we had an opportunity to be with her and spend time with her, and Obi and I are like, you know, just beaming big brothers, getting an opportunity to watch her shine on television.
True. It is so true.
I worked with her a game, my first time with her, and she was really right off the chart. You could see she was going places.
Well, she's a point guard. Let's start with that. And she was recruited by Pat Summitt. So when you think about those 2 things, she's got to be special.
Dickie, you worked with Eleanor Roosevelt, for crying out loud. I mean,
I worked with it. You can't believe some of. I'll tell you one thing. 2 in particular, I had no doubt were going to be big stars. One was a classmate of yours, Mr. Tirico, yes, and Robin Roberts.
Yes.
First time I worked with them, I remember coming home with my wife. Said they are not going to be long with us. They just have the whole package.
Oh, how about my man Mike Tirico calls the Super Bowl and then goes to Italy to host the Olympic Games in like 5 minutes.
I wonder if he ate Italian food like we did last night. Cucciolo Osteria.
Something like that.
Yeah, Cucciolo. No, it's Cucciolo Osteria.
It was delicious, man. It was a great meal.
It was a great meal. Great service, too.
Yes, tremendous service. Porter looking to take that paint again. No travel. Turns and fires to hit it.
And a tough bucket for Porter. And that's what Duke has really done throughout this game. They've made everything difficult for the Tigers on their offensive end.
You know, Porter was the one guy I thought would be able to make some threes. In, you know, getting a scouting report, talking to people, they said he's a very dangerous 3-point shooter. And we didn't see that today because Duke's defense has really rose to the challenge.
Holding the Tigers just 42 with 6 minutes to go.
Well, top of the show, I said it's a real challenge here to get out and get number 15 because they've won Clemson. It's an amazing achievement. 14 straight conference games on the road. And you know, you played in this league. 14 in a row on the road is pretty tough.
That's amazing when you consider the places they've had to win. But let's also remember that when you look at Tyrese Proctor and Cooper Flagg, Kama Malowicz on the baseline, Malik Brown on the floor, Isaiah Evans on the floor, this Clemson team was the only ACC team to beat them a season ago.
Yeah, we were there.
We were there for that. And please believe the competitor that Jon Scheyer is, he mentioned that to his team at some point throughout the preparation of this week.
Well, look at both of these coaches today. Jon Scheyer on the edge of his 23rd win of the season against Brad Brownell, and knew he had a great opportunity today. One game behind Duke in the ACC standings.
He won 300 games this year. 300 games, the longest tenured coach in the ACC. And he's well respected. His contract, I believe, was extended to 2031.
Great developmental guy. Players get better and better. Has that reputation. He's one of the best coaches in the country. Shot clock to 3. Evans, does he see it? He gets it off in time, but he can't hit. A rebound tapped out high. They'll get another chance.
But how about the effort still? 5 minutes remaining. You're up 20 points, and Malik Brown going after an offensive board.
Well, that's his game. His game is defense through all the intangibles and the little things. Came out of Syracuse, did a terrific job when he played for the Syracuse Irishmen.
Shot clock down to 1, tipped away, and Boozer got it back and hit it. He's had a really nice day.
Oh, you see, no, you do right now. You know what I would do if I was coaching right now? I hate to say this, but you never ever quit. I'll be waving the white flag. Come on, Mr. Scheyer, get Boozer and gang out of here. I mean,
Foul here on the Blue Devils with 4.5 on the clock. Caden Boozer with 12 points today.
Yeah, Caden Boozer actually got his shot blocked. Great job defensively, but sticking to it, picking it up, and recognizing the shot clock. Forget him. Forget Carlos Boozer. To the side, to his left, CC. That's Mom. That's the Valentine. We got to get CC on camera. She's the Valentine today, not Dad.
So at the line for the Tigers, Dylan Hunter. His brother Chase was a Clemson standout.
He was really, really strong in the last 2 games. Corey mentioned he had 1 point in the last 2. Look at this guy, 1,500 SATs. They're the future going to run our nation in every possible way. Law, medicine, education. Wow.
Yet all they want to do right now is force Dylan Hunter to miss another foul shot, and he hits that.
Dylan's had a tough day.
His first point of the game, 0-2 from the field. 0-1 from 3, and we mentioned only have 1 point against Virginia Tech. Was scoreless in their game at Cal, and this is the leader of this team. They missed him last year when he broke his hand in the ACC tournament and didn't have him in the NCAA tournament moving forward. But Brad Brownell is going to need Dylan Hunter to be more aggressive on the offensive end.
But they had his brother Chase, and that certainly meant a lot because that guy could score. He was all ACC.
Look at the schedule coming up now. We've got on ESPN a big Monday, Duke against Syracuse here.
Oh, look at that game there, Michigan.
Michigan, Notre Dame, then Virginia, NC State. Of course, you've got another game with Carolina after that.
Yeah, Will Wade's done a heck of a job with that NC State program. He really has.
They've been up and down, though. I mean, they've had some good games. They've had some really bad ones, too, as we saw the other day. So they have been inconsistent.
That's one of the things, though, we're talking with Commissioner Phillips pregame. The coaches in this league, he feels as though the right people are now in the right places. And when you have, if you consider Jim Phillips 5 years, he just celebrated his 5th year tenure as the commissioner of the ACC. But you consider his 5 years. In year 1, Roy Williams steps away. In year 2, Coach K steps away. In year 3, you lose Jim Boeheim. In year 4, you lose Tony Bennett.
Yeah,
and so when you think about that, and then year 5, Leonard Hamilton, Jim Larinaga, Mike Bray. I mean, think about the turnover in the coaches. So when people look and say, okay, what happened to the ACC? That's the reality behind what happens when Hall of Fame coaches are no longer sitting in that seat.
And that's also a reality of today's kind of culture in basketball. The NIL, transfer portal, chasing a lot of those guys from the sideline. Coach K, give a big smile. Come on.
65-46, Duke dominating in the second half.
Example is defined by their unbelievable way to communicate on defense. A lot of teams don't communicate. You got to talk to one another to play good defense. You got to get help. You got to have pride.
But Dickie V, is that something that you can teach, or is that something that you
to play good defense? You got to get help. You got to have pride.
But Dickie V, is that something that you can teach, or is that something that you recruit? Right? So you and I have always been talkers. So I don't think there was ever a time when anyone ever had to ask you to talk. But when program, and they truly believe in that brotherhood, they live by it, and they look out for each other. There are a lot of guys who are alums of this program who are not only locked in today, but are locked in all season long and having conversations and mentoring these younger players.
A lot of that also exists in football in South Bend, Indiana, the University of Notre Dame. And especially now with Marcus Freeman there, he's terrific. What a great communicator he is. You mentioned I like to speak a lot. Well, let me tell you something. That gift God gave me to do has really helped my bank account big time with the Washington Speakers Bureau. I gotta be honest about it.
I'm gonna tell you this, that gift that he gave you has really helped all of our bank accounts.
No.
We're able to do what we do because of what you did.
Oh, I don't know about that, but
Well, I think that's very true. Well, here's the gala once again. Plug this away, Dickie.
well, yeah, the gala, we got that in May, but this right here means a lot to us right now. You go out and help me raise money for kids battling cancer. Look, I'm 86 years old. I've had 4 battles. I have to say this today. It wasn't easy. I really feared it all week long. I wasn't going to get up here into these booths. As you guys know, you carry me around a lot. I can't walk like I once did. I don't have that mobility. Cancer, wiped out with chemo and radiation, but it's caused other problems to my legs. And I got to thank the people for making that happen. So please, no kid should have to suffer and go through that. I'm 86. So if you can go out, get a raffle chance, and help me raise money, just go to v.org/VitalRaffle. v.org/VitalRaffle. And once again, I'll say it to all cancer patients out there. Always think positive and have faith. You have to do it. You can't roll over. That disease is a monster.
That's been your greatest legacy, I think. With everything you've done in broadcasting, everything you've meant to college basketball, as the ultimate ambassador of this game, what you have done in the fight against cancer beats everything.
Well, I'm so proud of my team that I have, me, Camille, Janet Allen. We've all raised $105 million so far.
Wow.
My gala for kids battling cancer.
Incredible. Final seconds here at Cameron Indoor. You've seen so many Duke wins here over the years. You've watched another one, Dick and Corey. Last year we saw Clemson win a dandy against Duke at home at Clemson. Well, today they came in just 1 game behind Duke in the standings. They're going to leave 2 back.
And the Blue Devils truly showed that they are the best team in the ACC. When you can do this to one of the next best teams, with Clemson coming in tied with Virginia with only 2 ACC losses, but to have this type of dominant performance, especially on the defensive end, it shows you just how quality a team Duke is.
A 3 went down. A 3 went down. Let me tell you, one thing right now, they'll get these kids to bounce back. They play hard. They're well coached. They really are well coached in every way.
But today belongs to Duke on this Valentine's Day. They improved to 23-2, 12-1 in the ACC, and their 29th straight win at home. Their dominance continues here. For Corey Alexander and the legendary Dickie V, I'm Dave O'Brien. Thanks so much for joining us today. Just the beginning of a very busy afternoon and evening of college basketball on ESPN. Once again, happy Valentine's Day. Right now, back to the studio and